All right, this is the elbow long eval. So first, you're going to start off with history. Ask your 5 questions. What's the mechanism, the location of the pain, the type of pain, whether they heard any unusual sensations, or if they've had any previous injuries. Then you're going to move on to observation, and you're going to be looking for stuff like cuts, abrasions, bruises, discoloration, swelling, obvious deformity, and you're going to want to bilaterally compare. And then you move on to bony palpation to rule out fracture. And so first you have the humerus, you have your radius and ulna, and you have your olecranon on the back here. You have your radial tuberosity right here. You have your medial epicondyle, your lateral epicondyle. Down here you have your pisiform, and if you splay like that, okay, kind of hard to see there, but in this little like snuff box right here, that's what it's called, there's the navicular. And then you also have your radial carpal joint and your first carpal metacarpal joint. So then after that, you move on to soft tissue palpation, going from areas of least pain to most pain. So you have your biceps, you have your triceps, you have your flexors of the wrist and fingers, you have your extensors of the wrist and fingers. You have your bicipital bursa that it's on the radial tuberosity or the insertion of the biceps. You have your cubital fossa right here at the crook of the elbow. You have your olecranon fossa under the olecranon. You have your MCL and your LCL. What else is here? You have your radial nerve, your medial nerve, and your ulnar nerve. You have your carpal tunnel. You have your ulnar collateral ligament, and then here, if you flex up like this, you have your extensor pollicis brevis and your adductor pollicis longus, and I think that's it. So then after that, you go on to your specific tests, starting with active and passive range of motion. So you're gonna want to do flexion, extension of the elbow, flexion of the wrist, extension of the wrist, pronation, supination, radial deviation, and then ulnar deviation. And then you're doing that, when you're doing that, you're looking for pain, and then I do it all for them passively, and then you'd be looking for pain and bony blocks. So then after that, you go do special tests. So first, you start off with valgus at 20, and that's to check the MCL, and then varus, which is on the other side, varus at 20, and you do that to check for the LCL. Then you have hyperextension to check for a strained or sprained elbow. Go like this. That's the Preacher's test to check for a fractured navicular. Go like this. That's the Phalen's test to check for what's called medial nerve or carpal tunnel. Go like this. Like put your thumb, so you put your thumb in your fist, and then yeah, go like that. That's the Finkelstein test. That is to test for decord veins disease. And then you have the Tinel tap at the elbow. That's to check for the ulnar nerve, and then Tinel tap at the wrist, which is to check for the median nerve and carpal tunnel. So then after that, you go to Abstart, doing all ranges of motions concentrically and eccentrically. So push against my hand, like this top hand, push against it. That's concentric flexion, come all the way up, resist me. That's eccentric, push against me. That's concentric extension, come all the way down, resist me, like, yeah. That's eccentric extension. And then we'll go to the flexion of the wrist, push against me with your wrist, not your fingers. All right. That's concentric, and then eccentric, come all the way up, resist me. It's eccentric, and then push against me. Push. That's concentric, come all the way down, resist me. That's eccentric. And then for ulnar deviation or radial deviation, push against me with, like, flex your wrist up. Yeah, like that. Push against me, all right, and then come all the way up. That's eccentric, push against me, and come all the way down, resist me. That's eccentric. And you might want to like hold their elbow to make sure they're not using their elbow and they're actually like ulnar and radially deviating. And then for pronation and supination, it's kind of different. you basically take them in the handshake, and then to do supination first, you do push against me, right? And then you come all the way up, stop, and you come all the way up, resist me. So I'm trying to turn this way, you're trying to turn up. Right, that's supination, and then go the other way. No, okay, so push against me, right? And then you come all the way down and resist me. And then you end with your concluding statement.